Andre, my producer, has asked whether we should be on TikTok. I don't know the answer to that, but my guest does. Before that, please subscribe and donate. Keep us on the air. Dean Baxendale is a world traveler, and he's also a student of Asian cultures and China in particular. He's the president of Optimum Publishing. He joins me right now because I want to put the point to you. The Senate of the United States is saying TikTok is a problem. It's a threat to the United States. They're going to outlaw it. I mean, what's going on? Why? What is TikTok and why should it be outlawed, or even why should this show be on it?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here today. You know, TikTok is a great and very powerful tool. It is engaging kids, Gen Xers, etc., and they really enjoy the platform. They get engaged.
Is it screwing up their minds?
Well,
the algorithm?
The algorithm, basically, it feeds in inputs that are absolutely of interest to the user and therefore enhancing the experience. And
so it's seductive.
It's seductive.
More seductive than this show is it?
Well, apparently not. Well, I'm here with you today. So, but the reality is, yes, it does. It's built to engage and have their engagement for long periods of time. Therefore, they collect tremendous amounts of data on the behavior of that consumer, and it's the data that is of concern. Which has, of course, the TikTok president CEO in the United States has said no, but we've already found
it's owned by the
correct,
Chinese
and
government.
It is their obligation as a Chinese entity to be able to provide that data when the CCP asks for it.
So then you agree with the American authorities saying we've got to ban TikTok from the United States.
So,
and can you ban it if they do?
So here's what's going to take place. First of all, it's going to be very difficult to ban it outright. The Congress has voted unanimously to ban it. It's now with the Senate, as you mentioned, for a final vote on this law. What they're talking about is a divestiture, and that the algorithm and the company would be sold to an American entity, and they would then own it. But let me say one thing: Xi Jinping is not interested at all in the Americans having this very powerful technology.
And once if it went into American hands, does China really leave it? I mean, they have bugs in everywhere.
I think the predominant thought amongst IT professionals in this area who I've talked to in Washington believe they can
clean it.
They can clean it up.
What about Canada and all this? Are we just sitting there as suckers?
Well, as you know, Canada and our current government has a lot of Beijing adjacent policies. Yeah. They don't seem to be that concerned with TikTok.
Should Canadians be concerned?
Yes, they should.
So they should speak to their MP.
They should speak to their MP. Well, I think also from the engagement with their children as well. It's very intoxicating technology.
Thank you very much for that learning lesson, and I hope Canadians pay attention to you. Dean Baxendale, thanks very much. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government, and as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government, but people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.